Hi, I'm Jeremy Fisher, and this is part 8 in this series. See the links in the description for parts 1 through 7, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. In this lesson, we're going to learn some dominant 7th chords. They sound like this. We're not going to get into the backstory of what a dominant 7 is. We're just going to learn some chord shapes and some basic ways that we can use them. Let's start with the A7 chord, or A dominant 7. Now you remember our A major chord looks like this. All we need to do to get the dominant 7 version of A is we're going to drop the middle finger off. So we could just do that, just simply take the middle finger off. But that's not a super comfortable way to play it, and a more common way to play it is to actually put the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and keep that ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And we're just strumming from the 5th string down. Okay, moving on to the D dominant 7. You remember our D major shape? For this one, we're gonna pick up all of our fingers and invert that triangle like this. So I've got my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, my index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and my ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And I'm strumming from the 4th string down. And let's learn our E7 chord, or E dominant 7. It is one that we can just take off our finger from the E major. Just drop that ring finger and leave the 4th string open, and you get an E7. Okay, dominant 7th chords have a lot of uses in music, but today we're going to explore how they work in the blues. And we're going to learn a 12-bar blues in the key of A. And what that means is the form of the song is 12 bars that just repeats over and over and over again. And the chord progression goes A7 to D7, back to A7, one more bar of A7, to D7, and then back to A7, to E7, to D7, to A7, back to E7. And that's the end of our form. Back to the top is A7 again. So we could put a little bit of rhythm into that. Why don't we bring it up to a bit of a peppier tempo? We'll do all downstrokes here. And play about this speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the blues uses 7th chords a lot, and they can also be used to build tension in any chord progression. They just have a really great sound that wants to move and creates this buildup of tension. So they're also great to improvise over. So if you might play rhythm guitar for somebody who wants to solo on another instrument like a harmonica or a saxophone or a guitar, that's a great form, that 12-bar blues in the key of A, to practice doing that on. I'm going to show you 2 more 7th chords that I think you should know just before we end this lesson, and they are the G7. So remember, our G looks like that, and we're gonna, to get our G7 chord, we're gonna drop this note down 1 fret, so we're gonna have to lift everything up and play it like this. Ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and I've got my index on the 1st fret of the 1st string. That's a G7, which moves very nicely to our C7. That's our C major, and to get a C7, we're just gonna put our pinky down here on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. So G7, C7. Kind of has a Lou Reed, Waiting for the Man kind of vibe. So those are 5 new chord shapes based on chord shapes you already know, but they look and sound a little bit different. Try to memorize them and play around with them. See how they work moving from one to the other. Come up with some new progressions of your own. Maybe even write something. Just remember to go slow and be patient with yourself. And I'll see you back here soon for another music lesson. If you're looking for more tutorials with chord charts and tabs, or you just want to connect with me personally, visit patreon.com/JeremyFisherMusic, and I'll see you over there. All right, until next time, I'm Jeremy Fisher.